Greetings, everyone. I am the Moon Mama, and today is Monday, the day that the moon rules and governs. And we are in our Nodal Masterclass. This morning, I feel like I have so much information for you all. Like the clarity that I get around this work is very exciting to me. It's also slightly overwhelming to um, translate it from my own personal experience to something that's tangible and available for you all. And I also don't want to overload you guys with information because I have like libraries in my head. And as you look at my videos, I can talk forever. Like I have so much information and I have so many ways to say, I can say one thing in 12 different ways, which is like, you know, in some ways I'm a little bit of a car salesman. In all the good ways and all the bad ways, you know what I'm saying? And so today is particularly significant because this is the first time the moon has been in Libra while the nodes are gone. So Libra has been, just imagine if a house gets completely refurbished, like it was an old house and you come in and just put up new paneling and new furniture, like all that sort of stuff. That's what Libra had the South Node just a couple of weeks ago. But now the South Node has moved into Virgo. So now the Libra had the South Node for 18 months. And so there are lots of things that are up. So here are some things that are significant about this Libra energy because the moon is in Libra. Now, the thing that I want to really help us understand what this work is about. In the Bible, like the Bible is all mythology. I know we've been taught that it is the only word of God, but it is really just mythology about spirituality that and people's experiences and their own evolution that they shared. And the story about Jesus and the three wise men following the North Star is the symbolism around following the North Node. The North Node and the North Star are the same. And when you follow the North Node in your chart or in the heavens, it will lead you to the Christ within you. Within you. It will lead you to becoming your own experience of the Christ. The North Node and the North Star are the same thing. The Bible just tells it like it's a story about somebody external. It's a story about something happening inside of you. And when you follow that North Node, it will lead you to the Christ consciousness. So that's what we're up to. We're up to doing this work so that we can awaken. Remember who we are. Come out of the spell. Stop being a zombie. You know what I mean? Like, and we don't think that we're zombies and we don't think that we're under a spell because that's how deep the spell is. That's how deep the spell is. And as I have done the work to wake myself up, I see how much of a spell I was under. It's so clear for me. I'm like, wow, I was really asleep. I had no idea. So Libra is where the moon is today, and Libra governs your family. I want to call it the family jinn, but it's really the family karma. And it's really when we start to understand all this stuff happens in the body, I've spent many, many, many years studying and learning, and there is so much value in that. It is. But until you can embody it, it doesn't really have any value. If it's all just theory, it's not really working. The embodiment piece is the key. So Libra governs the kidneys, and the kidneys hold the family jinn, meaning those patterns that, you know how you see a mother and a daughter and they make the same facial expressions, or you know, kids look like their parents, and so like all of those are the same cellular structures that are held in the kidneys, and the kidneys run the water through your body. They are responsible, and the water holds the memory. Water is memory, you all. Like water, we have to drink it, we need it. But when we drink it, we're literally putting memories in our body that are memories that are making us function in the same way our ancestors did. And, what good patterns or bad patterns. But at this time, most of the patterns are bad because we're coming into a new reality and we need to upgrade our software. Your own personal human software must be upgraded. And so, one of the ways that we can do that is with this energy with Libra, because Libra is about partnership in the other. That's the dumbed down version. Really, Libra is who is showing up to the other. Like I was telling you yesterday, Libra is about the mirror. Who is showing up and what's being mirrored back to you? The person in your life is mirroring an aspect to you that you cannot see, because Libra is the scale. So reality is always balanced. And so we have two kidneys. Those kidneys take in information and then they drain down to the bladder. And then the bladder goes through the urethra, which then releases the water back into the environment. It gets filtered clean, da, 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 and then it comes out. We're drinking the same water that people have drank for billions of years on the planet. This is a filtration center system. And so when we understand this, like, I know what I'm saying is like, like, does it make sense? Does it sound crazy? Like, does it give you, have you thought about this before? But when you understand the system you're in, then you can begin to do things like reprogram your body and your kidneys. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing right now. So you want to be looking at, like, so the family karma. So my family karma was, there's lots of it, right? We all have lots of it because it's all patterns. Karma just means patterns that have gained momentum and they are in place because there is a strong force and momentum behind them. It can be either to the negative or to the positive, but that's all karma is. It's a pattern that has momentum. And so the kidneys hold your family pattern, karma, momentum, because the kidneys filtrate the water and the water holds the memory, right? Like, isn't that fucking amazing? The water you're drinking is keeping you programmed in the memory of your ancestors, of your mama, of your daddy. The reason you can't forgive them, the reason you can't let go of what your sister did to you or your auntie is because you're drinking the water that has your kidneys already programmed into the fear, the anger, the sadness, the rage, the disappointment, the despair. And so you continue to reaffirm it by drinking the water. I know what I'm saying sounds kookarooka. I know it sounds crazy. I'm drinking tea. I feel like I'm drinking wine, like I'm getting drunk. But it really is important for us to understand. And we just live in a world that has been so false. We just haven't been given true information. So we don't understand how it really works and we don't understand what we're really doing. So it's important for us to learn to, that's why I bless the water. Thank you. I give thanks for this water, that it purifies me, that it cleanses me, that it restores me into a new self, into a new self. Now, this water has now been, because I've spoken over it, is renewed. And now when I drink it, it's not taking me back into the same pattern of my mother's self-loathing or my grandmother's fears or it literally is helping me to free myself from that. And so because the South Node is in Virgo, Virgo is about the guts and the house and your body. And so one of the things, I grew up with a grandmother who was deeply depressed. She was a Capricorn, y'all. Let me tell you, who them Capricorns? She was very depressed. And she was depressed because of the age. You know, she was born in 1921 and in Louisiana. And it was just, she had 5 or 6 kids and she wasn't married. And, you know, like she gotten divorced and she just had a lot of pressure. And so our home was I lived in the home of a pack rat. She didn't want to throw anything away. We never deep cleaned the house. Like it was just, and I was always creeped out by it all. I was always in this experience of being in resistance to my environment. So I was always at odds with it, which created an internal experience of like self-loathing and not feeling safe and not feeling secure. And so I went out into the world in that way. And as I've been doing the work to heal my family karma and heal my family patterns and doing the work to release myself. So as a child, I peed in the bed until I was like 12 years old. That's because I was at odds with my environment. But that's also a symptom of the kidneys and the bladder because it's the water, right? The water in the body. I couldn't wake myself up to go pee. Like I was in such a deep sense of escape that I would pee on myself. So that was one thing that was about fear. And so I was carrying fear that was from my family system. And the thing that I realized as I've been learning about healing and, you know, herbs and all of that, we recreate our childhoods over and over and over again because they're programmed in our bodies. So if your father was not available, you will attract men who are not available because it's programmed in your body. It's a frequency. If your mother was a narcissist, you will attract women who are narcissists because it is programmed in your body and it is a frequency. You will continue to recreate your childhood things that didn't get worked out in your adult life until you reprogram your body. Your body has to be reprogrammed. Your software has to be updated. And the way to do that is that I know to do it because there are many ways to do it. I know that what I know is not the only way. I just have figured out how it works for me and I'm sharing it with you all. And it happens to coincide with the astrology and the moon and you activating the Christ consciousness within you. Now, one of the things that's important about Libra is, like I said, it governs the kidneys. So you want to be able to, like, so I use one of these hammers. Like I told you guys, you can go, I have an Amazon list and get the things. And so I just bang on my kidneys with it because just relating to the kidneys, like just talking to my kidneys and saying, I love you and thank you for renewing yourself and healing yourself. And thank you for giving me the strength to renew myself and heal my mind. And I rub my energy together. The kidneys are right at your sides. And then I just put my energy in them. And I give thanks for my ancestors. Thank you for my mama and my grandmamas and all the women who had to exist that carried the waters. That carried the waters, the wombs. I'm so grateful that they got me here. And I allow myself to release what no longer serves me. And then the water systems run through your lymph, right? So you want to massage through your lymphs, which is here, and then at your neck, underneath your arms. Whew. And just releasing, like our grandmothers, they went through so much, y'all. They went through so much to get us here. They did it to get us here. And then down to the kidneys and behind the knees, moving the lymph. And then I like to take and bang on my feet. Because the feet hold all of the organs, the nerves for everything is in your feet. So remember, what we're up to is reprogramming our bodies. And as we do the work to reprogram our bodies, one moon at a time, one day at a time, it's not an all or nothing thing. It's a lifestyle. And the reason it's a lifestyle for now is because we are the generation that's coming out of the dark ages. We are the generation that is coming out of the dark ages. And we see the dark ages all around us on the planet right now. But those of us who are waking up, who can hold the light and bring ourselves into the light, into the golden age, we will set the tone for others. These motherfuckers are going to catch up. And if they don't catch up, they will just die and reincarnate and be born again, because this is a closed system. I know this shit sounds so crazy. When I started learning this shit, I was like, what is going on? This is a closed system. So in order to really leave this system, which is possible, you have to heal your body. And your energy has to be able to get free, to lift up, to get light enough to leave. Otherwise, if you're too dense, you're just going to cycle back down because you're heavy, because your energy is heavy. You know, so when people die and they've not, and it's okay, like no judgment on any of it. Like this is not good or bad, better, like because the earth realm is a school. And so we have a lot to learn while we're here. So I'm not judging. I'm just saying that the age is changing and now we get to choose, right? We get to choose to be in density or in light. That's it. That's all. No choice is better than one. They feel different though. They will get left behind. Nobody gets left behind. Nobody gets left behind. That's the thing. Nobody gets left behind. We're one. We are one. And yeah, that's the trip too, that we think we're separate and nobody gets left behind. So everybody has their role and their place, you know? Like when you're on the airplane, the people in first class are on the same plane as the people on the very last row. It's the same airplane. You're getting different treatment. You might be having a different experience, but it's the same airplane. I mean, it's just, when you think about this shit, it's all ridiculous. It's like, what is happening here? It's all like very interesting. So the important things about today, the sun is in Aquarius. Aquarius is about friends. Aquarius is the future. It's who you're becoming. So for this month, remember, the moon reflects the light of the sun. So now the moon is not reflecting Capricorn energy anymore. It's now reflecting Aquarius energy, which is the future, which is breaking ranks with your maternal codes, which is this energy of being unique, of being who you truly are meant to be. And in doing that, you must free yourself from the karma of your family dynamics. Otherwise, you'll just repeat it. It's just how it is. Now, those of us who are alive now, as we're coming out of the dark ages, we have an enormous amount of power. Because if you're born now, you were going to need more power to transition from the dark to the golden. So you have it. Just by the nature of your being here, you're more powerful. you're also probably more afraid. You're also probably more bogged down. You're also probably more trapped. You're also probably more addicted. You're also, because that's the shadow of power. When we don't know how to use our power, we misuse it. So, step by step, we're doing the work to transmute these old energies one day at a time. So, set an intention for this month while the sun is in Aquarius. Set an intention. My intention is going to be something like, I have the courage. I'm so thankful and grateful. I have the courage live to live my unique self, and that I'm supported in that everywhere I go, to be my individual unique self. And not only do I benefit from it, but everyone benefits from me being myself. Everyone does. Okay, if you guys want to book readings, you can, or sign up for coaching to get more intimate in this experience for yourself. You can do so at Heal with the Moon Mama, healwithmoonmama.com, healwithmoonmama.com, or send me a private message and I'll send you the information that you need. I love y'all. Peace and blessings. Hello, Claudia. Bye-bye.